What up, party people? It is your boy Gabriel back again. Voice of the Valley with a bonus episode for the Hudson Valley. You know, you can't be the voice of the Valley and not have your ear to the street. And that means local business, that means artists, that means music people, that means any walk of life that's going on I should be aware of. So I bring to you a very special guest today. Local dude doing some local things on a big level. He is Ramon Pineiro. Say hello, sir.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How are we doing?
Yeah, man. We're gonna go with the nickname Ray. We're gonna call you Ray today. But welcome to the show.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Well, thank you for having me, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're very welcome. Very welcome. So let's kind of jump into it. Let the people know, why you're here today and what you do. Let's start off with the CE Avengers. Let's talk a little bit about that.
All right. So CE Avengers is an IT company local in the Hudson Valley, based out of Wappingers.
Okay.
I started it by chance, really. I mean, I had years of experience with Best Buy, being a geek for a while, and kind of helping that area. I ran one of the best computer departments in the Hudson Valley before I left. In 2012, I was part of a union lockout, so I was trying to look for work, and I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And eventually, I was like, you know what? Let me start fixing computers.
Yeah.
So I started fixing computers here and there and really picking stuff up, and slowly but surely it became into CE Avengers, which was originally Consumer Electronics Avengers.
Okay.
Right? That's where the CE came from.
Okay.
But then as I started growing and doing different things, CE now stands for a lot more than that. So that's why I just keep it as the initial CE.
Gotcha. And then do you want to give a quick rundown how they can contact you for that, what they can contact you for and all that good stuff? Look into the camera, let them know.
So CE Avengers, you could hit me up on Facebook. It's CE Avengers LLC. Also ceavengers.com, which is my website. Pretty much you could even do smoke signals and I'll probably hear it. But basically, I'm on Instagram at CE Avengers ads. So any of those forms, you could really reach me. I'm pretty available.
Okay. And what type of services is it exactly?
So we do data backups. We do, cybersecurity, data recovery, pretty much anything that your IT person does at work, we do in the field. We also contract with small businesses, so if there's a case where you can't afford an IT person, we contract with you to do kind of like it's consulting, where I do the IT for you, but only at like a part-time level.
Sure.
So it's not like somebody's there constantly, but if you're in a jam and you need somebody, there you go.
There you go. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, is that a common practice for a business? Because I mean, I've heard of people fixing computers on the side, but contracting out the IT support, that's pretty cool. Is that new, or is that something that you're following another guideline on?
So what's happening now is the way the world's working is a lot of people are doing the side business, right? A lot of people find it very hard to see or pay an IT person the proper amount that they should. Okay. A lot of people in the city, like if you look, they pay IT people like $50,000 a year. Yeah. And if you look at how much they actually save people from infiltrations and cyber hackers and stuff like that, you actually see the damage that they could do. Like I had a client who, not to name names or anything like that, but I had a client who, used me a couple times, but then didn't use me for a year. Eventually got a virus in their office program called Outlook, and it literally reached all the way to California.
Wow.
Because their email address book reached that far, and they were getting calls for probably say a whole day.
Wow.
Of, hey, why are you invoicing us for this? Why are you invoicing? And they're like, listen, we got hacked. Yeah. And it's just, one, it's an embarrassment. Right. Two, your data is now compromised. Sure. So, that is money. Your data is your money. Sure. So, having somebody contract with it keeps you 100% of the, not just that day, it keeps you 100% long term, because, we could remote in, we could, and when I say we, I actually work with 2 other computer companies in the Hudson Valley to kind of give you a 24/7 coverage. Okay. So that kind of helps, and it's a little bit different than what most companies do, because, I may have my own clientele, but so do the other companies, but we're willing to work together to make sure that people stay secure.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I think that's great. I haven't heard of anybody else in the Hudson Valley doing something like that, so I think it's great that you're doing that. the entrepreneurship that goes into creating your own business, it's thriving in this guy. I feel it, you know. But to that point, it's not just CE Avengers that you've done. You've also looked at other local companies and saw an opportunity there. Let's talk about Hudson Valley Gold Rewards.
Okay. So I run a group on Facebook, the HVFLI, which is the Hudson Valley for Local Initiative. So if you look up HVFLI, you'll find the group. It has about 5,800 people and growing. I started it 4 years ago. I was recovering from an injury, and I was laid up for 3 months, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
I can't work.
Gotta keep my mind busy somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I created the group originally based out of Dutchess, and then eventually people were like, "Hey, I'm from Orange County. Can I join? Hey, I'm from Putnam County. Can I join?"
It's still 845. Hudson Valley,
yeah. But now I have a reach where we can go all the way up to Saugerties and all the way down to Yonkers, and then all the way to Port Jervis, all the way to Carmel.
Okay.
So it's a larger demographic now, and the reason why I started the group was to kind of help not only myself get exposure on social media, but also get other businesses. Like I went to, different places, and they were like, I can't afford advertising. I don't know what to do. And then some businesses are coming, and then they go, and then nobody knows where they went, because they just closed down. They couldn't afford it. Nobody knew them.
Right.
So from that group, I created the Hudson Valley Gold Rewards program because it was a way to get cards into people's hands. Say, listen, you say that it's expensive to shop local. That's the stigma. It's extremely expensive to shop local.
Right. Over the Walmarts and this and that.
Exactly.
Right.
I can't buy U.S. based because it's too expensive, or stuff like that, or I can't use a local contractor because it's too expensive. Let me use a corporation.
Right.
They have more security. They give me more quality. Blah blah blah. And that's not necessarily true. Right. So I created this card to not only get you a discount or a reward for shopping local, but now I'm exposing all these other businesses that I'm basically signing on one at a time to show that, hey, this business exists over here. This business exists over here. They're over here. You just need to find them, and this is the way to find them. You could actually, if you sign on to the website, hvgoldrewards.com, it'll link all their social media. So it'll link Instagram and Facebook specifically, their website, and also if they're a brick and mortar location, it'll actually GPS map you to that location using Google Maps.
Okay.
So it basically does a trifecta. It gets you to know the business, and then it tells you where the business is.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that.
Okay, so let's attack this from two different angles, because there are going to be a few different people watching this, okay? If I'm a business owner locally and I want in, what do I got to do?
So as a business, if you want to sign in, you have to meet a certain amount of requirements, because by legality, I can't sign on everybody.
Sure.
So if you're an MLM, like a multi-level marketing group, unfortunately, because you're a part of a bigger corporation, I can't sign you because there's specific deals and stuff that you have to be aligned with.
Gotcha.
So I can't really sign you guys.
Okay.
If you're a financial institution, like an insurance brokerage or a mortgage brokerage, bank, stuff like that, they can't rebate, or else they lose their licenses. So I cannot sign them.
Okay.
That being said, they can sponsor the card, which is we'll talk about that a little bit later. But to get on the card as a business, anybody else, it's a certain amount of money. Basically, right now until June, it's going to be $150 for the whole year. They get unlimited advertising in my group, the HVFLI. Like I said, I have 5,800 people on there. As it keeps growing, you're getting larger and larger demographic.
People that can actually walk into a brick and mortar spot because they're here local.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a contractor, it could be an electrician who don't have brick and mortars.
Right.
It could be that food truck that's down the street that only sells tacos or falafels or whatever, or waffles, whatever. Those are the type of people that could sign on. Crafters, liquor stores, anybody that's local. And once they pay that fee, they get 25 cards to hand out to their most loyal customers, or any customer, really, just to close the deal. They also get the unlimited advertising, like I said, in my group. We also do a live video, too, on Facebook. So that kind of culminates that they could use that after the fact. In case there's any issues or concerns that they have, they could always contact me. So I'm I'm sharing their posts, which I have about a reach in Facebook around 10,000 people at a minimum at a time. So those are the type of things that I offer them to kind of get them more exposure.
Gotcha.
And for $150 a year, it's literally 54 cents.
It's a minimal cost.
54 cents a day.
Yeah.
You know, and for the grand scheme of things, right now, subscribers in HV Gold, I'm sitting at around 1,300 to 1,400.
Okay.
So that's also growing as well. If there's any charities or anything like that, charities can get involved with the card as well. Nonprofits, PTAs, stuff like that, by actually selling the card for me, and I actually give a portion of the sales to them. So it would be like the cards themselves. So we'll go into the card customer portion now.
Yeah. Well, that's the other perspective.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, is that okay? So you can be a local business owner. Contact you so long as I'm not a MLM or a financial, right?
Yeah, correct.
And I can pay you $150, and basically you'll give me exposure to roughly 10,000 people on social media, and give me 25 cards. Now, the 25 cards you give me, there's a fee to get it. We're going to get into that. So when you give those 25 cards to them, are those free of charge now? Like those are already activated, or when they give them out, there's an activation fee there?
So it's up to the business, but basically the business has the cards. So if the business has the cards, it's free if they want to offer them for free and they eat the $10,
Gotcha.
Or because they've already paid for the cards,
Sure.
Or they could sell the cards for $10 each.
I see.
Once the person gets the card in their hands, though, once the card's in your hands, you could activate it, and you're a part of the program. So you're basically good for the year. After your year's up, I actually will send you an email through my website that says, hey, would you like to re-up?
Right. So if I'm doing the math right, 25 cards is $250.
That is correct.
So they paid $150.
That is correct.
So they made $100.
That is correct.
Right.
I mean, that's my way of trying to give the small business a chance to get their money back. But, if they wanted to sell the cards, but also give them, an incentive to get the cards is because, it's cheaper than what they would do if they had to buy it by themselves,
Business owners, I can't lay it out any simpler than that. So I think you sold them on that. The other side is a customer that's going to be walking in or calling or needing work done at their house. So what do they have to do?
So literally, if they go to any of the providers that have the card, which I usually have them a list on Facebook under Hudson Valley Gold Rewards is Facebook.
Okay.
If they go to those locations, they have a card on them. They either could buy the card for $10 or they get the card for free, depending on whatever the business owner stipulates. So that right there, you're going to be out $10 to get over. I mean, as of right now, you could possibly get up to $10,000 worth of savings.
Right.
So that you have that capability.
Sure.
So that's one way. The other way is you go to hvgoldrewards.com, which is the website. And there actually is a little button that says "Buy this card now."
Okay.
So you just
easy.
click on there, and you can buy as many cards as you want.
Okay.
I think I have it set to about 10.
Okay, and it's not name specific, right? Like you get the card, as long as you're holding the card, you're in good shape.
Yeah, if you have the card, it actually has specific numbers on there. There's about 6,000 different codes that you could have.
Okay.
So it's not like your card is something that easily could be copied.
Sure.
It's individualized to the person. So.
Gotcha. Okay. I think it's wonderful. Now, just to talk about the program in general, and I know there's a third facet about sponsorship, and we'll get to that. How did you come up with this particular idea, though? I mean, I know this is a common thing, like, Kmart, Walmart, they have their cards. You come back here. I don't even know if that's true, but you know what I mean. That got to be some of the inspiration there. But how did you say, I want to do it on a local level? What made you do that?
All right. So if you look at it, a couple years ago, there was a thing called Plenty Points, right?
Okay.
Plenty card or whatever.
Yep.
So like Macy's was signed on, Mobile was signed on, AT&T,
major companies.
Yeah, big corporations, right? And they had a rewards program, and all of them collectively went into it. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. I mean, and it ultimately failed because they didn't promote it. They didn't tell people where, like, it was sporadic,
right?
And when I say sporadic, I mean, you're talking about big corporations. That's across the whole United States. Right. It's very sporadic.
Right.
While this is a strong, more localized demographic.
Yeah.
So being, from my experience at Best Buy, we rolled out the rewards program. So I took the experience that I had from the rewards program, and I saw what the ultimate discount card was doing, which is what people usually buy at schools. And I was like, why aren't they like pushing local first?
Right.
You know, there should be a reason why we go to these local businesses, because if you look at it, the day and age now of corporations is up.
Right.
You have huge corporations closing. Toys R Us just closed.
Yeah.
Kmart.
Yeah.
You have what is it? Charlotte Rose,
Okay.
which is like a women's clothing store, just closed.
Yeah.
And you see all these corporations closing. You're like, what's going on?
Right.
Oh, Amazon's going on. And right now, with all this gravitation towards Amazon, hey, why don't we win the people locally with the local businesses?
Sure.
This will make us stronger, because now we won't have to compete with the larger corporations because they're gone.
Gotcha.
You know, so that's kind of like where the card started coming from.
Gotcha. It's a great idea. I think it's a great initiative, and I commend you for being the one to do it. You know, it's like I have not seen something like this in the area. You don't. I mean, not to shout out competitors, but is there even somebody in the area that's
like right now, if you look at it, the ultimate discount card is really like the only sort of kind of they're not really competition to me. I don't consider anybody competition, because
that's what I'm getting
the
at.
whole goal is to help local. So
Right.
I've actually worked with other computer companies,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I actually have other computer companies on the card,
Yep.
because I feel that, you know, there's enough money to go around in the Hudson Valley and in the United States that us as small business owners, we have to band together.
Right.
There shouldn't be any more of this, oh, well, he's my competition, I can't work with him.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And to that point, make sure you go ahead and follow him on Facebook. What's the Facebook page?
Oh, so the Facebook page is facebook.com/ HV Gold Rewards,
Okay.
or /CE Avengers.
Gotcha. And then make sure you subscribe to Finally TV. So Facebook /Finally TV, and then YouTube. Just type in Finally TV. You'll see my pretty little logo. Hit subscribe. See all my great content. Check out the podcast. It's coming your way every Tuesday, 7 p.m. So back to you. We talked about the two different ways that the card is being accessed, but there's a third way with sponsorship. How do the sponsorships work? How do people get involved with that?
So for the people that can't join HV Gold, or they choose not to offer a discount, they can sponsor the card basically by offering us a monetary value depending on how big of a sponsorship they want. I have a sponsor page on the website that is slowly but surely growing. It's right now I have it about $200 for a year, but basically it's just a way to get your logo, your website, and your information on there. That's tied to the card. So I actually will unlock you, because I do restrict people on my group from advertising. I unlock you so you could advertise in my group as well.
Okay, so you pay the $200 to get access to the 5,800 people.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
I mean, the only reason why I do this is because, you know, if you pay Facebook, let's say, right, for advertising, or if you pay Instagram for advertising, or YouTube for advertising, they charge dollar by dollar, day by day, or whatever. So it's like $5 a day, $20 a day.
You hit,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But they give you this number that's like, oh yeah, you just reached 1,000, 1,500 people, yay!
Yeah.
And you're like,
I didn't get one DM.
Yeah. Who is it though?
Right.
So this is a little bit different, where the group actually has people that are local. You see their profile picture, you see them, you know, and then if they contact you, you know it's, hey, I saw you in this group.
Right.
You know, and I've gotten that a lot, and you know that's a targeted audience, but it's also people that are there to believe in local first.
Gotcha. I love it. So just to sum it up for everybody, so everybody's fully aware of what we talked about today, we have Ramon Pineiro here. He is from CE Avengers.
That's correct.
It's an IT company, right? He created something called Hudson Valley Gold Rewards, a program for you to save money and shop local, an emphasis on shopping local.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. You can sponsor it, you can just be a part of the program, or you can just be a consumer reaping the benefits of the rewards, which, you know, I think is absolutely wonderful. Is there anything that we should mention right now to the people listening and watching about the companies? Anything you want? What's the takeaway today? What would be a good way to support you? Obviously, going to the website, signing up for it, and all that. But is there anything else that we missed that we didn't go over that you want to go over right now?
I mean, the biggest thing that I want people to know is that the events that I do, because I also do events.
Oh, there we go.
That's a part of the card.
Okay.
I mean, it's all about local. If you believe in it and you support it, the community grows.
Sure.
If you hate paying high taxes in New York, which I believe everybody here is tired of paying high taxes, we need to believe in local first.
Yes.
Because if you do that, and this is not a political standpoint at all. It's just more of, listen, I'm a middle class person, and everybody that I know that's middle class are tired of paying high taxes. Well, the only way to fix that is to get small businesses to thrive in our area. And by doing that, not only that will that help the small businesses become medium-sized businesses, but now you're talking job creation, lower taxes, and anchors to the New York area. They're not going to move to South Carolina or Florida or Ohio or South America or India because they're here. They bought a house, they're paying a mortgage, they just want to finish paying that mortgage.
Right.
So that's the big difference between supporting local, which is what this program is here for, and supporting like those larger corporations. At any time, they could leave.
Right.
And IBM is one of the biggest examples around this area.
Hi, Mom.
They took their help desk and they moved it to South America. And there was 4,000 jobs that were in this area gone.
Yeah.
And our taxes then jumped dramatically, especially in the Fishkill and Poughkeepsie area.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, just to culminate everything, that's the whole purpose of this program, is to get jobs to be created. We don't need Amazon. We don't need the larger corporations to support us. We can support ourselves. And the only way to do that is support local first.
There you go. What a great initiative, party people. Get behind it. And one thing I don't want to fall deaf on ears is it's not just the brick and mortar. It's not just the cards that you're getting when you're walking to the mall and you're hoping that one of the stores you're going to. This is, if you need a roof, there might be a roofer.
There is.
There might be an electrician.
There is.
You see these sort of, I didn't know that. And I'm just, these are common things that people need. Landscapers,
There is.
There you go. IT people, so,
there is.
all these things. So don't just think of it as, shopping online and needing something. Think about like when you're home and you need something done in the home, check out this first. You might actually, save a few bucks. I mean, we all want to save a few bucks.
It's more than a few, but yeah.
Yeah. I like to undersell, over deliver.
Yeah.
But it's a great initiative. I had to have Ramon on here. I thought it was great. He reached out to me a while ago. I've been seeing him. He goes live all the time. You spoke about that.
Yeah.
And the events that you throw. When you throw these events, are they like watched events that you're doing live on Facebook, or are you doing events like physical events?
Both.
Okay.
So the physical events I do, I actually will do like live streams there as well, because a lot of events that you go to, they're walks or they're like, these vendor events, and nobody publicizes it. We have all these local businesses, nobody publicizes it.
Yeah.
So, I did a couple, I think 15 live videos that day through three different people that are personalities of Facebook.
Sure.
And basically I had them recording there and I was recording myself. So you're talking about a huge demographic that you're seeing at my events.
It's a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
A lot of exposure. No, that's great. Ramon, man, it's been great talking with you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I love what you're doing. Party people, it is Hudson Valley Gold Rewards. Go ahead and look that up on Facebook. HV Gold Rewards, right? Is it the exact?
Hudson Valley Gold Rewards on Facebook, hvgoldrewards.com, and HV Gold Rewards on Instagram.
And I got it all over the screen. Yeah. Don't you worry. It's all over the screen. So go check that out. Sign up. It is, if you missed it, it's $150 for a business to get in bed with him.
Until June.
Until June, okay? Until June, $150 to get enrolled in the program. And if you are a consumer, it's $10 a year to be a part of the program and reap the benefits of that. If you want to do a sponsorship, the sponsorship costs you about $200. You gain access to a large group of people on Facebook to be able to sell, advertise, and all that good stuff. Did I cover that well?
Yeah, definitely. Right. I appreciate it.
He is Ramon. I am Gabriel. Hudson Valley Gold Rewards, CE Avengers, FinallyTV. Subscribe. Party people, we out.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.